Good afternoon, children. Welcome again to the next session of this chapter, Union Legislature. In my previous session, I discussed about the legislative powers, how the laws are passed and it becomes, when a bill is becoming a law, what are the procedures in case of ordinary bill and also in the case of money bill. We also came to know that regarding money bill, Lok Sabha is more powerful. Regarding this money bill, Lok Sabha is more powerful. Today we are coming to the new topic, that is control of over the executive. Control over the executive. Children, one thing I want to tell you, that in a parliamentary form of government, legislature and executive are interdependent on each other. But we will come across some of the points where we will come to know that there is some control over the executive also. How we will be controlling? The Council of Ministers is collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha. Here I am talking about Lok Sabha. The Council of Ministers, along with Prime Minister, who are responsible for running the government. For example, Modi government. Modi government is running with the help of Council of Ministers. So all these Council of Ministers are collectively responsible to Lok Sabha, and if there is mishappening, or you can say that if there is something wrong in running the government, then the whole Council of Ministers will be responsible. Because I will tell you that in Council of Ministers there are three types of ministers. One is cabinet ministers, second is ministers of state, and the third is ministers of state, and the third is deputy ministers. Deputy ministers. So these are comprising, all these three comprises of this Council of Ministers. But there is a difference between Cabinet and Council of Ministers. Cabinet consists of ministers who are the influential and important members of the party in power. This is the big difference between Cabinet and Council of Ministers. So this Council of Ministers are equally responsible to defend their acts and decisions. So we can say that all the ministers swim or sink together. That's why they are collectively responsible. So if any such thing goes wrong, then the whole Council of Ministers is responsible for that. We cannot blame anyone. Next is, in case of vote of no confidence is passed against any one minister. if in the parliament any such no confidence is passed against one minister, the whole council of ministers have to resign collectively. One minister is not going to resign. Whole minister is going to resign. That's why I'm telling you repeatedly that they are collectively responsible. The parliament also controls the executive by asking questions. This is also very important. That's why the heading is control over executive. If, for example, Modi government is running, the ministers are duly responsible for their acts and decisions. And if there is any such queries, those ministers have to give the answer to those queries. So we can say that these ministers are accountable to Parliament. If any such questions arises, these ministers are accountable to give the answers. The period when questions are asked is called question hour. This is very important thing, that what is question hour. Whenever the question hour is the first hour of the sitting session of India's Lok Sabha. And what is this question hour? Members of Parliament raise about any aspect of administrative activity. Means they can ask the questions. The questions that members of Parliament can raise in any aspect of administrative activity. So this is called question hour. And the concerned minister is obliged to answer to the Parliament either orally or in writing, depending on the type of question raised. So if any questions are arised in the Parliament, then this is the first session of the Parliament, first sitting of the Parliament question hour, where the members of the Parliament will raise question related to administrative activity. Now what is this administrative activity? Whatever policies have been taken by the government, they have, if there is any such queries, then the ministers who will give the answers, ministers will give the answer, to those questions which is raised by the member of Parliament. Since Rajya Sabha cannot pass vote of no confidence, yes, this is again the important difference between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, where I told you that Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. So there no such no confidence motion is passed. It is only in the case of Lok Sabha. So Lok Sabha has more efficient control over Union Executive. That means if we have any doubts, if we have any questions, if we have any queries, we can ask the government. Whom we will ask? These ministers. As a member of Parliament, we can ask such questions. But no such vote of no confidence will be passed in Rajya Sabha. So this is all about control over executive. Now we come to financial powers. Here also, the annual budget of the central government is passed by Parliament every year. The government cannot impose any tax or incur any expenditure if the proposal are not approved by the Parliament. So every year the annual budget is being presented in the Parliament, and it is presented in the Parliament in the name of President. That's why President is the head of the state. So every year the annual budget is presented in the Parliament in the name of President, because he or she is the head of the state. And all the money bills introduced in Lok Sabha also requires the approval of President. Now, second thing, the government cannot impose any tax or incur any expenditure if the proposal are not approved by the Parliament. Yes, this annual budget, if today Modi government decides that I am going to incur any type of taxes or expenditure, it cannot do so unless and until it is approved by the Parliament. That's why every year a budget is made. In the Parliament it is been presented, discussions are held on that, and after that it has been approved. Regarding money matters, Lok Sabha is much more powerful than Rajya Sabha. That's why a question comes that why lower house is more powerful than upper house. Answer is the regarding money matter. Regarding money bill, regarding money matter, Lok Sabha is much more powerful than Rajya Sabha, because it can only be introduced in Lok Sabha. It can only be introduced in Lok Sabha. And if Rajya Sabha makes any recommendation regarding a money bill, Lok Sabha may or may not accept it. Only in the case of money bill. That's why Lok Sabha or lower house is more powerful than Rajya Sabha. Only in the case of money bill. But in the ordinary bill, it has to be passed by both houses of Parliament. In money bill, Rajya Sabha recommends or accepts it or not, doesn't matter. But in the case of ordinary bill, both houses have its importance to making a bill a law. To make a bill any law, both houses are responsible. But in the case of money bill, only Lok Sabha is more powerful. So from here the question will come. Here also the question comes that why Lok Sabha is much powerful than Rajya Sabha. Only simple answer you should know, that in money bill is only introduced in Lok Sabha. So in money matter, Lok Sabha is more powerful than Rajya Sabha. Always this question comes. So in this video, we came across the two new topics, that is control over executive and the control over executive. This is the first topic, and second we came to the financial power. In control over executive, we came across two definite important terms, that is collective responsible and question hour. Collective responsible, you should know that all the Council of Ministers are equally responsible for their acts and decisions, and both swim and sink together. And for question hour, this is the first sitting where the members of the Parliament raise questions to the government in aspect of administrative activity. So children, you have understood about this control over executive. Next is financial power. In the financial power, here also the question comes that who cannot impose any tax or incur any expenditure if the proposal is not passed, not approved by the parliament? Government cannot impose any type of tax or incur any type of expenditure. Incur means cannot levy any type of expenditure. Annual budget is passed every year by the parliament, and as I told you that from here also the question comes that why Lok Sabha is more powerful than Raj Sabha. So when we came across the functions of Union Parliament, we first came to the legislative powers. Sometimes the in general question comes that what is the power and functions of Union Parliament. If in such case the question comes, then you can write, if it is of 5 marks, you can write any 5 functions and explain it in brief. Legislative, control over executive, financial powers, then also your electoral powers are there, then power to amend the constitution, and also judicial power. But if it is asking you individually what is the legislative power of Union Parliament, then you have to write in points, where I had explained in my previous lecture the points, what points you have to write. That Parliament is the highest law making body, then any bill introduced in the Parliament has to be passed by both houses except money bill. And in the case of ordinary bill, if there is such any case of disagreement, then a joint meeting will be held. But in case of money bill, there is no provision for joint meeting. And after the bill is approved by both houses, it becomes a law and it is sent to the president for its consent, for its signature to become a law. Next is your control over executive, where we came across the collective responsibility, and also where we came across collective responsibility and also question hour. These are the 2 important terms. You should know this, what is question hour and what is collective responsibility. Next is your financial power, where we discussed about the why Lok Sabha is more powerful than Raj Sabha. So these are your powers and functions of Union Parliament. You will go through the video, and if you have any doubts, then in the next class, before that we will be having a WebEx meeting, and you can clear your doubts in that meeting. So after seeing the video, please note down the doubts, and again in the next class, before I will share you the video, before that we will have a meeting and we will clear those doubts. Thank you, children.